My advice is especially at the state level. The reason state houses have become such an effective, sort of the institution to attack democracy, to really be, when I said laboratories of autocracy, it sounds like maybe this guy's exaggerating and trying to sell books. No, that's how they're behaving. And one of the main reasons they behave that way is they have the power to gerrymander. They have power over almost every issue we all care about, so they can use that unaccountability to do some really bad things, in my opinion. But do you know the other reason why they become the perfect place to do all this? Because no one pays attention to them. When I was on city council or county commission, people came down and told us when we were doing something wrong. But at that state house, and the polls show this, almost no one can name their state rep, which only gets worse when they aren't even opposed. So my first answer to your question is, go make some noise. Go to the local district meeting and tell them, hey, I don't like the way you're voting. You voted for that issue 1. That was terrible. What are you thinking? We in Greene County voted no on that. We can't believe you voted yes on that. And then show up at the hearings. Show up at the hearings here. Because the silence and the lack of phone calls and the lack of emails allows them to keep doing it. And if by the way, the inverse of this, which is good, is if you are in a political environment where you almost never hear anything ever from anybody, you don't get phone calls, you don't get emails, no one comes to the hearings. When they do, you're kind of scared. Oh my gosh, what did we say that led to this? Like that, by the way, the first issue 1 rally when they voted for it, 1,000 people. That set the tone for the whole thing. So there's a lot I would say about how you message well around these issues. And one of the things about messaging on democracy, I believe, is to a lot of people whose lives are difficult, it still feels very 30,000 foot, okay? So one of the things that I think we all have to do is explain, it's not just about a 30,000 foot theoretical debate on democracy. Democracy undermined will change your life in ways that are terrible. And that's one reason democracy is being attacked, to impose things that most of you don't want. That's the goal. So we have to connect that democracy debate to real-world issues that people who have difficult lives don't have time to think about the democracy battle, but they're thinking about those issues, like post-Dobbs being such a clear example. But when it comes to the office holders themselves, number 1, noise, show up, show that you're paying attention, track the votes. That all, in a world where they are used to having nobody show up. No one say a thing except in a bubble of, oh, thank you, you're doing a great job. You say, you know what, I like you personally maybe, but you're not doing a good job. That vote was terrible. You didn't represent us when you voted that way on that issue, on issue 1 or something else. That presence is more than half the battle.